Are you ready to unleash your full potential and become unstoppable in your success and leadership?
Welcome to the Unleashed and Unstoppable podcast, where we provide powerful insights and strategies for coaches, corporate leaders, and entrepreneurs. I'm Alexanne Carter.
And I'm Carol Register, and we're certified master neurocoaches who are passionate about helping you overcome your limiting beliefs and optimize your performance.
Each week, we'll be sharing actionable tips and strategies using neuroscience, from interviews with industry experts to solo episodes, to help you lead a life of power, purpose, and possibility on your own terms.
Join our community of like-minded individuals. Hit subscribe now, and let's be unleashed and unstoppable together. Hey, wildly ambitious leaders. I am so excited to be here with you this week again, this time with special guest Diane Strand. Hi, Diane.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here, Carol.
I'm so glad you're here. Listen, you do not want to miss this. Diane is a serial entrepreneur, a best-selling author, a nonprofit founder, and she's got a steadfast mission of providing access and career pathways for all in the arts. Diane leads her business with passion and purpose to help make this possible. And she sets out to provide H.O.P.E, which she defines as helping one person every day. Hope, helping one person every day. She's the majority owner of the multi-award-winning JDS Video and Media Productions, Inc. She's the producer at JDS Actors Studio, where she has launched over 100 careers into the mainstream entertainment industry. And she's a founder of a nonprofit, the JDS Creative Academy, where she works with youth, teens, and adults, mainstream through special needs, at-risk, and foster youth. I love this work that you do. It's incredible. Diane is the creator and executive producer of the broadcasted and live streamed TV show Spirit of Innovation, now in its 6th season, delivering news and information for Riverside County, and created the award-winning international event, which we're going to talk about today, DigiFest Temecula. I'm so glad you're here, and I can't wait to dive in on these things with you, Diane.
Oh, thank you, Carol. It's so exciting to be here, and I feel very honored to be a guest on your show. So thank you.
Thanks. I appreciate having been on your Spirit of Innovation television show a while back. Tell us a little bit about that and what you do for the Temecula region and community with that show.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, Spirit of Innovation kind of grew out of us being a media desert here in Riverside County. You would think a county of 2.4 million people would have some television broadcasts going on, but we live in a major media market of the Los Angeles area, so we feed into that media market, and we're kind of left out here in the dark. So one of the things when I left the LA area and my Hollywood life, we didn't have contact to our community, to the businesses, to even the sports that were going on in our area. So one of the programs that I have here through the nonprofit helps adults with developmental disabilities find their career passion in video production and multimedia. So we created the show as a vehicle to help them learn and train, as well as provide a resource for our community and region. And so for the past 6 years, we've been bringing news and information to our region while we're training adults with developmental disability, how to do camera, how to interview, how to write, how to edit, how to concept develop, and all the things you need to do to put on a TV show. Yeah. And we're revamping that show even a little bit right now to bring it, because how the arts have really helped spearhead a lot of career pathway and training. So now Spirit of Innovation is in support of Arts Across America, which is one of our platforms and programs that we're in the process of launching right now.
I love that. You know, creativity is so important for our brains and, you know, for really living that fulfilled and happy life. Many of us don't realize that healing occurs in the creative side of the brain. So the way you're partnering with arts organizations and really reaching out more in depth in this audience is so exciting. Would you tell us a little bit about your Hollywood life that you mentioned? I'd love to know a little bit more about your background there.
Well, I always like looking back because, that's how we can start to see how things are kind of manifesting in its own way and where we're at today. And, my Hollywood career path started as an actress. I really thought that was where I wanted to go, because in my early years, it was all about being in the play. It was all about acting. That's what kept me connected to school. That's what helped me learn how to read as a young dyslexic, struggling reader. If it wasn't for wanting to be in the play or the show or do something in the theater world, I probably would have dropped out of high school and who knows where I would be today, but it kept me connected and going forward. So I started in this industry as an actor and I did little small things. I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. I did a couple of commercials. But it wasn't 100% paying my bills. So I had the bright idea, and this is where my entrepreneurial spirit really kicked in, because I was going to start putting on shows in Theater Row of Hollywood so we could present myself and all my actor friends out there to the entertainment industry, and hopefully they'd come along and they would hire us and we would all become Emmy winners and Academy Award winners. But that's when I found that I liked producing and writing and directing. And I started taking that entrepreneurial spirit, and all of a sudden I didn't want to be on stage, and I started moving backstage. And then I wrote a TV show that started being produced through public access. And then I wrote a screenplay that Showtime got very interested in, and they bought the film and the script from me to shelve it. And that was a big lesson for me because they had something that was very similar to me. I didn't even know what shelving meant at that time.
Yeah.
And they had something that was similar. So they paid me out. Me thinking that I could go right into Showtime as some sort of supervising producer. They said, "Oh, you need a bachelor's degree first." And I only had an AA degree at that time. So I was never going to let anyone tell me that again. I went back to school. I went to Cal State Northridge. I got my degree in radio, television, film. And I never looked back. I started producing on shows like Friends and General Hospital. I built the high-def control room at Staples Center and producing for HBO pay-per-view and doing concerts at the Shrine Auditorium with Barbra Streisand and Eric Clapton. So I had a pretty robust professional Hollywood career, but I never found the passion that equaled the purpose until I went into corporate video. That's where I really started to find a purpose for my passion of the arts. And I was now all of a sudden making videos that had a purpose to people who were sick with cancer or with other heart disease and different things like that. And video changed for me at that point, and it was no longer about entertainment or but I didn't know it. I couldn't put it all together then. I got pulled into reality television. It was the money that swayed me. And I will say this, that never give up your passion and your purpose for money. Money comes and goes. Build your wealth along the way. Yes, we all have to put food on the table and pay our bills, but yet at the same time, when you are living your purpose and there is passion behind it, you will be rewarded in so many ways. And reality television, the best thing that happened is it drove me to full-time entrepreneurship, because it was 11 months of either winning or literally failing and losing. And I realized that there is no such thing. It's either you win or you learn. And that's when I launched into entrepreneurship.
Wow.
After some time on Big Brother and Survivor and all of those kind of diehard shows, which, living them for 30 days in the reality TV world is fun, but living them, 24/7 a week was a lot.
Yeah, man. And, it is so powerful what you said about where you started from, the journey you went on all the way through from, really wanting to be on stage and then coming to the place where through that journey, you realize, no, that's actually not where I want to be. I want to be in the directing and producing seat. And I love what you said about, you went and got your degree, but you were like, I'm not going to be in a place where you've lost your voice. And listener, I really want you to pay attention to that. If you feel like you've lost your voice, this is a place where you can lean in and know that you have choice and ability to put yourself in the seat and in the control room, if you will, of having a voice and following your purpose and your passion, right? And not having it be about chasing money. We talk a lot about that here. That's one of the principles of wealth I teach. And so rather than chase money, you're learning to use it as a tool and put it to work for you, building your wealth, like you mentioned. But along the way, you've done some powerhouse work with some big names. And yeah, I know from being a part of your life, and so thankful for that, that you are really driven by the generosity that you have. And I want you to speak into a little bit about how you have a family business and about your best-selling book as well.
Okay. Well, I do. Our little mantra around here is the hashtag JDS family. And it really starts with the fact that I'm in business with my husband. He's my partner in life and in business, and we do this together. And so we are a family. Our kids, JDS stands for all the initials of my three kids. They're all JDS. But if you break it down, their first names all start with J. The D is me, Diane. The S is Scott, which is Scott, or we're all Strand. So, that is our family business and working it together. And my kids love the arts. It's been very important in their life. That's even how, as we've grown our business and moved through that, how JDS Actors Studio really came about. We were doing our video production, our multimedia company, and Scott, both of us started as actors in the industry, and Scott has still a huge passion. He's done movies with Bruce Willis, Christopher Walken, George C. Scott, and had a very strong professional acting career when we were up in LA. And so that itch was starting to itch for him with wanting to do more in the acting world. And that was really where I got my foundation. And if it wasn't, I had mentioned earlier when I was younger in school, one of the things that really drove me in second grade was that I wanted to be in the play. I wanted to be Betsy Ross in the school play. And I had teachers and even my parents who were like, you can't read. And I really couldn't read as a second grader. I struggled and was in all of the special reading classes because I was dyslexic and nobody was putting a name to it then.
Wow.
And usually when someone tells me I can't do something, I turn around and say, watch me. And so that was kind of what happened in second grade. They said, oh, you can't do that. And I was like, watch me. And I have a photographic memory, thankfully. The world has a way of compensating for you in other ways when you are deficient in certain ways. And that's what I even teach my adults with disabilities today, is just because this is a challenge, let's find a tool to get you around that challenge and accentuate your positives and the things that you can do. And so I taught myself how to read. at least enough in second grade that I got the part of Betsy Ross in the second grade. And that
Of course you did.
connected. And so I knew the power of the arts and what it was. And when I wasn't seeing the arts in the schools for my own kids, that's what made us start JDS Actors Studio. It wasn't JDS Actors Studio yet. It was a drama club at that time. We went to the principal of our kids' school and said, what if we did a little after school program where we could bring a little arts and culture and do a little skits and play? We thought we'd have, I don't know, 10, 15 kids to show up. We had 55 kids show up to that little after school program. And then all of a sudden we got calls from other schools and can you come to our school?
Wow.
And we were going to a couple different ones. And then we decided it would be best if we created JDS Actors Studio, have them come to us. And that was 15 years ago now.
Wow.
And we started, and that's where I really started to see what were actors' big concerns, what were their problems, and I didn't want them to fall in some of the pit holes that I had fallen in, because it can be very expensive to pursue a career in the entertainment industry. So we wanted to help them launch their careers. So I connected back with some of my entertainment connections. We started bringing agents and managers out, letting students showcase in front of them, and we started launching some very young students who are now very famous in the industry and doing extremely well. And then we created our book off of that. So Scott and I both co-wrote a book. I could show it to you. Let me lean a
I
little
would love
forward
to
here.
see it. Yeah.
It's called Show Business, Breaking into the Industry as an Actor. And you get Scott, who's the show, and me, who's the business, to bring it together. And you have show business. So my section is all about how you launch your career, from pictures to resumes, and how to be prepared for that cycle of trying to launch your career.
Yeah.
He gives you some of the show side, some acting tips, as well as some things to work on for auditioning.
I love this. It's so powerful to hear, how you have brought your family in. And again, more of the journey that you've been on working with your husband as a partner, who I have met. He's absolutely delightful. And the journey of how it started building this business from, reaching out to the schools, from seeing the need. And then that's really key, I think, is, a part of what our journeys are seeing a need and filling it in the marketplace, and Absolutely. Bringing it to you with the JDS Actors Studio. And I've seen the community events you do, and, the workshops with some of these amazing name actors and actresses who come in and mentor your students and provide these workshops and the talent. And it's really exciting to see. And I'm so glad you mentioned business, because you are a powerhouse businesswoman. And I know one of the things that you speak on, which I want to tie this into, is female empowerment and female entrepreneurship. Would you lean in there about your speaking career and highlight where you really started to lean into helping us be empowered as female business owners?
Well, that is truly one of my greatest honors, when I get to be able to empower another woman to reach for their dreams and goals. In the entertainment and the multimedia industry, it is a very male dominant industry. So, being a young producer in some of those rooms where I was the only woman in some of those rooms, and having to learn how to get my voice heard, to speak up, not feel like I need to be in my place, and learning some of those some of those skills to just speak up, to just step outside that comfort zone so you can be heard. And I found things that I was passionate in working in the community. And I truly believe that entrenching yourself in your community is how you're going to build your business the best. If you can build it locally, you can build it globally. I truly believe. And so being involved in my community has been a key to building my business. And one of the great honors I've had is to be able to help other women follow in these footsteps and be able to do that. I speak a lot at the high school level to young creatives who are looking to break into this industry, to tell them that there is a way and there is a pathway, and help them start to find that pathway and see those opportunities that are out there. I'm speaking next month for our city at our women's conference that's coming, that the city is holding on entrepreneurship and young leaders, and being able to inspire them. And that is just amazing to be able to give someone a hope or a tip or a pathway, give them something that they can then take and run with. And when it's another young woman who is looking to break into, whether that's my industry in video and multimedia, they have another creative passion, or they just have an entrepreneurial goal, to know that there are steps and that their perspective is really a value that needs to be shared. And that's truly their responsibility to share that and put that out there and not keep it inside. Because if you don't keep trailblazing, no matter where you're at in your career, to trailblaze that, you are not opening up a pathway for somebody behind you.
Man, I just love this so much. And especially that last point about trailblazing being a benefit to open up the path for others. I mean, that's incredible. And I see what you do, from the outside looking in. You are so multi-talented and gifted in all of these various areas that is a true inspiration, because you do it with such style and with ease. And I think that's so important, that we be able to have a role model like you to look at and to experience these things. And I know you've spoken on some very large events, including not only what you mentioned, but others as well. And those, again, using your voice to help us to see what's possible for us and where we can stand in our leadership is such a beautiful thing. And you have a trail a mile wide behind you of people who are looking to you, following you, so excited to be in step with you. And you've inspired me tremendously. And I get so excited because I know about something coming up that I really would love to have you highlight, because, listener, this is for you. This is where, if you're looking for more media coverage, more visibility, more impact, and you're ready to use your voice, or if you're not ready to use your voice, being able to take the steps to get into those spaces where you can start to use your voice, and you can be surrounded by that energy and the people who are doing this. I really want to have you blow up for our listeners what you do with DigiFest and what's coming up with this. This is amazing. So lean in, listen in right here, pay attention, because this can really help you grow and go much farther and wider and deeper as a business owner and as a leader in your life. Yeah, tell us about DigiFest.
Okay. Well, DigiFest is an annual digital festival that takes place. We just completed our 7th year. We're already opening for our 8th year. Our 7th year, which was this past April, April, our theme was level up. So that's really what DigiFest does, is help you level up your career. It
Yes.
creates you authority in your industry, as well as get you laurels. You were talking about media. Things that happen at DigiFest help you get media. Right now, we've already opened up submissions for DigiFest 2024. And DigiFest has categories that kind of run the gamut of everything in the digital media world, from video to film, to podcasting, to music, to websites, graphic design, anything that really happens in that digital space. If you've created a digital course that is just killing it out there in the market and you want to get awards for that course, that definitely steps into DigiFest.
That is so cool. I didn't even know that could be a category. So again, I just want to remind you, listen in here. This is so incredible, right? Because you may be thinking, oh, I'm not ready for media. Oh, I don't have a podcast. The limitations, the limiting beliefs that start to enter our minds, the negativity bias that wants to keep us safe in this neuroscience arena. Look, she just mentioned something that if you're anything like me, you may have never thought of. That's a category. I can do that. Fantastic. I've got a rock star course, and be able to put that into submission. So, wow, Diane, keep going.
Well, we just want to, because that's what our world is becoming. We're turning into this digital world. And if you want to market, communicate, be able to share your story, somebody else's story, you want to be able to entertain, you want to be able to educate, you want to be able to message, you have to use digital media. So this is a festival to be able to highlight that. It's a 3-day festival. It's an in-person festival as well as a virtual festival, that you can come and network with a little bit of the Hollywood entertainment, because we bring those out, whether that be actors, producers, directors in the industry, as well as voiceover and podcasters. We teach you how to do it, as well to hear the stories of those that have done it before you. So those are all very important. So we get to do a big screening, just like your average, your normal film festival. We're watching all the film and the video and animation that come in whether it's narrative, entertainment, documentary, educational, all of those categories, it breaks down. So you're only competing against like-minded episodes or series or websites in those same genres. So, and it breaks down where it's a festival for students, for amateurs and professionals. So you can get laurels. You can learn from where you are to level up. And this 2024, so everyone kind of understands us a little more, is so much more than a film festival, because we really are doing it all. It's a festival with entertainment and fun and networking, as well as workshops, as well as learning from those that have traveled and trailblazed before you.
Wow, I love it. I love it. I love the fact that you have the opportunity to attend in person or virtually as well. So you're really making it easy for us and removing the limitations from getting out there, being in a place where we can actually learn and where we can connect and collaborate. And I think that's also incredibly important. I know you and I just attended a wonderful conference in Dallas where we experienced that connection, that collaboration that is super powerful. So I invite you, listener, if you have an opportunity to attend in person, to do that, to really lean in and get there. And the learning, the networking, so powerful. I am so glad that you're here. And when you are doing all the things that you were doing, what is something that you particularly can help our leaders, our high achievers who are here female entrepreneurs and business owners, what's something that you can provide for them right now? How can they jump in with you? What kind of work? I know that you're a production company and can produce events, I'm assuming summits and things, but tell me what services you can provide for us. I'd love to hear.
Okay, well, there is a plethora of services that we have depending on where your focus is and how we can help you. I always say when people ask me what I do, I'm a dream maker. I help dreams come true. So if
Love
you
that.
have a dream, which I define dreams today, which is coming out in my next book, The Creativepreneur. But, if you're going to have a dream, you have to have direction. You have to realize your steps that you have to take. You have to evaluate what you're going to do and how you're going to get there. You
Yeah.
take some action and then get that momentum going. So you can create those small wins to be able to monetize those and momentumize those to be big wins, and turn them into where you're going. So, as a dream maker, if you are looking to have content created for you, I'm a content producer, whether that's creating training videos, marketing videos, whether that is doing live streamed events, we do those, whether they're women's conferences or summits, we can do those, live stream those and help you get your messaging out there. If you are an actor looking to break into the industry, we have a book for you. You can come take classes here. And at the first of the year, we will have an online digital course. In our nonprofit world, we're all about community and growing. So we provide a lot of events and activities, whether that be in the creative space and you want to learn technical skills like editing, writing, directing, musical theater, fashion design, sewing. We teach all of those in person.
Wow.
So we're turning all of our in-person classes into digital courses. So we're going to help, whether you are a creative and you need skills to further your creativity, you want to create a business around your creativity, we're going to help you launch entrepreneurial wise. Or if you are just looking for a place for creative enrichment, we're going to have all of those things available online so you can gain those things as well.
Wow.
We're just here to help people reach for their dreams and their goals. Best way to find us and to do that is, search the hashtag JDS family, which will bring up all of our different entities. And we're looking for young entrepreneurs who are looking, or young creatives who are looking to make their entrepreneurial jump.
That's awesome. That's incredible. And with hashtag JDS family, is that on one particular platform? Is that on all social media platforms?
It's on all social media platforms, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can find us, Twitter, X, whatever you call it now. And and I even believe there's a little TikTok out there somewhere.
Okay, awesome. So that's hashtag J like John, D like Diane, S like Strand, and that's family, right? Hashtag JDS family. Okay, and tell us, what other ways can we get in touch with you? Do you want to put an email address? Listen, we're going to have everything, as you know, if you follow our show, and please follow our show. We love giving you this information, and we will have all of this in the show notes. So we will have Diane's bio, her links available to make it super easy for you to get in touch. You definitely want to get on board with this DigiFest. It's an incredible festival, and it's super exciting to know that, I get to step in this year. I'm declaring it, baby. I'm doing it.
I love it. Yes. I love that you're stepping in. It can do nothing but further your career, make connections for you, teach you skills, as well as get you laurels and authority in what it is that you are digitally doing.
That's right. And did I happen to mention that Temecula is known as wine country? It's near San Diego. Just want to throw that out there.
Yes, we are Southern California wine country. We are nestled right between Los Angeles and San Diego. We're just north of the San Diego County line, and we are beating Napa in our wine. So,
Ooh.
come out for a great little wine adventure as well as a DigiFest experience.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for this information. I have been honored to have you as a guest, and this is who you need to get in touch with when you're looking to grow your impact, have that media, really look at what is possible for you out in scaling and automating your business for the world. So we'll talk next week. I'm so excited that we got to be here today. Thank you again, Diane.
Thank you.
Ciao for now.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Unleashed Unstoppable podcast with your hosts, Alexandra Carter and Carol Register.
If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to help support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review, and subscribe.
That's all for this episode, Wildly Ambitious Leaders. See you next week.